Welcome, my beautiful lovelies. How are you all doing? I hope you guys are doing amazing. It's the beginning of the year, and I hope you guys are off to a fresh start and a really great start. And today we're going to be talking about how to fight obesity with just some easy changes that you can make, that you can start to shift your perspective and you can start shifting your behavior to be able to start getting some results for weight loss, right? So we're going to go ahead and just hop right on into it. I hope everything is going well for you guys. And I know so many people who say to me, I just don't know where to get started. I just don't know how to get started. So I'm going to share with you some tips that helped me to lose over 40 pounds. And I hope you are going to take heed to them and really write them down. Maybe take out a paper and pen and begin to start shifting your life, right? And I know you guys all can do it. It's just a matter of focusing on yourself hard enough and long enough to get the results that you want. And you guys are all capable of it, I am sure. So here we go. So I'm Karen, by the way. If some of you haven't watched my videos before or haven't met me before, my name is Karen, and I am a weight loss coach, and I lost over 40 pounds, and I help other people to be able to get started in losing some weight, right? And so here we go. So the number one thing that, and these are all from my own personal experiences. I'm not a dietitian or doctor, you know, you have to kind of say that. But I am not, and this is just all from my personal experience. So I know these steps work because they worked for me. So here we are. So number one is eliminating sodium from your diet. So stop cooking with salt. That's the first thing. Stop cooking with salt. Stop cooking with salted butter. Start buying unsalted butter. Start really watching your food labels and really making sure that you're not bringing home stuff that is full of sodium that can hurt you, right? And so read your labels while shopping and don't buy high sodium items. Just tell yourself, you know, if it's a certain amount of sodium, you're not going to buy it. Do the same thing that I did. I said if it's a certain amount of sodium, I'm not going to purchase it. The same thing I did with sugar, right? If it's a certain amount of 7 grams of sugar per serving, I'm not going to buy it, okay? So just make a stand for yourself. Put a number out there that helps you to identify that's too high for you, whatever it is, right? And cut it wherever you can. So find other alternatives to high sodium foods or make your own crackers, breads, and things to avoid sodium products. You know, they put sodium in everything. So you really do have to watch what you buy, because before you could say, you know, I'm going to buy some meat and there wasn't already sodium in it. And I'm going to buy, you know, some other prepackaged vegetables and there's no sodium in it. But nowadays, they preserve things with salt. So they have sodium in almost everything. So if you're not buying frozen, you still have to watch that too. But if you're not buying frozen products, you're probably going to be getting too much sodium. So that's like canned foods, boxed foods, prepared foods, already made meals. All of that contains sodium. So you want to be able to start cooking for yourself, and so you can avoid a lot of that. So the number 2 change that helped me, and I'm sure it's going to help you, is to change your high sugar coffee in the morning. So I was going to a little local location here and getting coffee in the morning, sometimes 2 or 3, 4 days a week, just because I was busy and not making it for myself. And it really contained a lot of sugar, too much sugar for me. So I stopped buying those takeout coffees. I start preparing my own coffee. Even though I like a little bit of sweet once in a while in my coffee, I use stevia instead of sugar. So that helped me. And also, I just stopped going out for coffee. Once in a while I go out for coffee, but I drink it black. And I drink all decaffeinated coffee because the caffeine kind of bothers me for sleep-wise. So I kind of laid off of that and I get decaf now. But you can find a plant-based milk or creamer. They have lots of plant-based creamers on the market. You have to watch the sugar content, of course, but they do have a lot of plant-based creamers. You just have to choose one that is healthy and a lot less sugar and sodium, of course. And then use a healthier sugar like monk fruit, honey, or stevia can help you also to be able to start reducing some weight. So then number 3 is replace your treats with healthy choices of sweets or salty snacks. So a lot of times we like to, when we're obese, we like to eat in between meals and have a snack. I try to limit myself. I just have an afternoon snack usually now and nothing past 7 p.m. at night. And it helps me. And you can choose other alternatives. Like you could start making your own breads. You could start making your own crackers and treats and different things. And find fiber-enriched treats instead of, or raw vegetable treats instead of, you could have raw carrots with hummus or something like that. Instead of choosing treats that are out of the package and are full of sugar and full of sodium, and that can really, shoot down your progress when it comes to your weight loss journey. So you want to make sure that you're finding different sweets or different treats. Some people like salty, some people like a sweet and salty. Just depends on you. I like just sweets, so you have to find other alternatives. And try to choose more vegetable snacks with a healthy dip or something like that. I love those little baby snow peas, things like that, and you can just have like some hummus with them, and that is good, especially if you make the hummus yourself. Now, if you buy hummus already prepackaged and pre-made, it is really high in sodium, and you want to be careful with that. So moving on to number 4, to eliminate soda pop and to find a healthier choice. So I never really drank regular pop. Maybe I did when I was a kid because I loved the grape pop when we were kids, Grape pop with tomato soup. I don't know what it was about it, but the two together, it was like the ultimate like lunchtime thing to have when I was a kid, But I haven't had pop for a long, long time. But drinking a sugar-free pop or a 1-calorie pop or a 0-calorie pop, a diet pop once in a while, I can sure go for that. I do like diet Dr. Pepper. And once in a great while, because if I drink it in a row, it will bother me. So I'll have it once in a while. Or I do like a diet Sprite or a diet 7-Up once in a while. It kind of like soothes your stomach, for me anyway, and it makes you feel good. It just makes me feel good sometimes to have that little bit of carbonation instead of always drinking water. Water does get old after a while. Even though if you put lime in it, lemon in it, orange in it, slices, it still gets old after a while when you're dieting and you're watching your weight. So you want to be able to have some other types of things, but just know that you can have it once in a great while, right? So like say once a week or twice a week and not every single day, or like 5 cans of pop a day. Who can have 5 cans of pop a day, regular pop especially, and not become diabetic? Nobody. So you want to be able to make good choices for yourself. So, and then try making iced tea too. Iced tea is really good. Hot tea is really good. And to, replace the high sugar sodas that you drink, the pop, you can have other choices as well. Making iced tea in the summer is something about it. It's just so nice when you set it outside and let it kind of seep, and then you bring it back inside and then you can make iced tea out of it. And it's just something so refreshing about that. Regular iced tea tastes so good. And you can, do something like that too, especially if you live in warmer climates. So moving along is number 5. And number 5 is to replace your high beef and high fat meats with more lean and healthy proteins. So I eat a lot of fish. It's just something that I like. I like fish. But you could eat more chicken, fish, beans, legumes, and yogurts. Yogurt is high in protein. High protein foods to replace the red meat. So I don't really purchase any red meat. Once in a while, we will have like a sloppy Joe, make it in a crock pot, a sloppy Joe, and we'll have a red meat for that. But I try to either choose turkey, ground turkey, or something like that in replace of, because I don't like buying red meat and don't like eating red meat. So we will replace it. And, you know, you can just start making these little changes, just little by little. And it makes you feel so good when you show yourself that you're caring about your health, when you're caring about yourself. It just makes you feel so good. And then the ball gets rolling, right? You want to do more and more and more. Especially when you start seeing the first 5 pounds of weight loss, you know, then you're like on board and you're like, I can do this thing, right? I can make different choices. So to cook meats ahead of time is a good tip, in bulk, or be able to choose healthy meats or healthy protein choices and have these on hand. You can freeze them in small portions or stay stocked up with the good things, you know, like I stock up on the packaged envelopes of tuna. I stay stocked up on those because they are just an easy choice for me for lunchtime, because my lunchtimes, I'm sometimes busy during the day, and my lunchtimes I can just whip it together. I can take a half of that package of the tuna and I can put it in a couple avocado halves and have that for my lunch. It's simple, it's easy, and it satisfies me right for my lunch. It's a healthy fat, and it is full of protein, and it's just delicious. And I can have that with maybe a little sliced tomato on the side or a little side salad, and it's just fine for me. And I'm sure if you start making some choices like this, it will be great for you as well. So number 6 is to skip the candy. So there's a lot of candy lovers out there. I am sure of it. I do like candy too, but I really refrain from it. But I do love chocolate. And I found other alternatives to still getting some chocolate that is sugar-free that really helps me. And then, so replace, your candy and stuff with maybe homemade snacks and homemade candies. They're sometimes easy to make, and you can buy healthier ingredients. So for candy ingredients, always have tons of regular candy, always has tons of different chemicals in it. Some of these chemicals you can't even pronounce and you don't know what they are. That's bad, right? And then a lot of these different snacks and things and candies have, products in them that are just very unhealthy. So you want to avoid them, and many, many grams of sugar, and you really want to avoid them. And I'm finding more and more products made with bioengineered substance in them, and that is very unhealthy. I just threw a pack away yesterday. We bought them on sale, and it was like a cinnamon granola bar. And I started reading the label, and I don't know if my husband picked them up or whatever, but they were bioengineered products in them, and I just threw the whole thing right in the garbage. And I'm not going to put up with that. And I'm trying to really watch my weight, and I'm not trying to get on some bioengineered food products that can make you gain weight and can make you, just all different kind of things happen to you with engineered ingredients. So I don't know exactly what they are, but I know the word doesn't sound good, and I get rid of it right away. So number 7, let's see. Number 7, to put vegetables in place to eat more than carbs and high-fat foods. So what I found a lot of times is if I take the time on the weekends or one day during the week and I wash and cut up a lot of different vegetables and different things like that and put it in some containers, that I am more apt to go for those foods and eat those instead of choosing other alternatives, choosing like a protein snack or choosing like other things. I will go and choose like baby carrots or something like that to snack on instead of, like trying to find a granola bar or trying to find some sort of, other snack. So if these are washed ahead of time and cut into small pieces, it's easy to, pull those out of the refrigerator and eat those instead of, choosing something different, like a stack of cookies like I used to do, right? So, and you also want to make sure that you have some of these vegetables and things in the freezer that you can pull out and you can have, that makes a good meal and a snack, that is ready to go. So cooked vegetables in vegetable broth really gives it more flavor. Like the other day I had some brown rice and I was like, I really don't care for brown rice that much. It's supposed to be a lot healthier and things like that. So I ended up the day before that I made I cooked off some vegetables and I saved the broth and I put it in a jug and I put it in the refrigerator. So I took out some of that vegetable broth and I put it over the brown rice and it was delicious with packed of, good nutrients for my body. So you also want to save the waters of the vegetables that you boil. And you can drink it or you can put it in other dishes and you can make salad dressings out of it. You can do a lot of different things with it and you still get those good nutrients and minerals and things from those vegetables. So it's a really great way to save the water from your vegetables that you boil and to use it in other ways. So number 8 in our last one is to start drinking more water to stay filled up and satisfied. So a lot of times I find myself so thirsty, and because I get busy with different things throughout the day, that I don't drink enough water. And then I find myself drinking so much water, like before I go to bed, right? Because that's when I have time. And when I'm sitting quiet with myself and I start drinking a bunch of water, and then I have to go to the bathroom all night long. It's like, oh my goodness, So make sure that you really get filled up with water, like in the morning hours, and then kind of slack off towards the end of the day. Especially if you're older like me, it really helps to do it that way, so you don't have to get up and go to the bathroom. And that's one thing. Trying to get back to sleep after you've already waken up is really hard. And so I like to try to drink more water like before lunchtime, and then in the evenings and stuff I can kind of slack off a little bit and not drink so much before I go to bed. That's just one tip that really is helping me lately. And I did have a really good night's sleep last night. I have not been sleeping well. My sleep pattern was all off whack. I was almost where I had my days and nights mixed up, but now I'm kind of back on track. I got a really good night's sleep last night. I think I went to bed before midnight last night, or before 11 even, and that was really, really helpful to me. And I got back on track this morning. I think I woke up around 10 this morning or something like that. But I still slept in longer than I want to, but I'm trying to get myself back on days, And so it's working. So if I can get to bed by 9 tonight and get up a little earlier tomorrow, it'll help so much to get my walk in before and all that, and really help lengthen my days. And that's what I want to see happen this year, to really be able to take full advantage of my workout time and my walking time, and to really sink into the things that I like to do, the things that I like to help people and coach people and talk to people online, and to be able to really get them going. And so not a whole lot's been happening around here. I've been taking down some of my decorations. I've been taking and changing some of my decorations into more of a Valentine's theme and things like that. I have one more tree to take down. The other tree that's in our den, I changed that into a Valentine tree. I put a big paper heart that I made on top, and I made a bunch of little small Valentine decorations out of construction paper, and I have those hanging on there with some big bulbs and white bulbs, and it looks kind of cute. So I'm going to keep that up through February, and then I'll take that down. But I have some more Christmas tubs to buy so I can take down my one main tree and to start taking apart my mantle and all that. It turned out so beautiful this year, my mantle, and I really don't want to take it down, but it's all like, was all fresh stuff, so it's all like dried now. And so, yeah, so I have to take that apart and take that down, and it's kind of a bummer, but you know, our house is warm, and it's like the stuff doesn't last, you know, when it's fresh. So, but I did get to enjoy it, and the house smelled wonderful with all the pine all around the house, and it was really, really nice. So today I am making some yogurt. So I have yogurt that's sitting in my oven. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's see. I can move the camera. So I have yogurt that I'm making today. It's sitting in my oven. You can see here 2 bowls of yogurt, and that is going to be a fat-free yogurt. And I'm making that. This is my second batch. The first one I made was a higher fat yogurt because the milk was going to waste, so I wanted to use it. And it turned out wonderful. It was delicious. But it was high fat, you know, but I ended up eating it anyway, and throughout the last week, and now I'm just about all out. But I used that culture to make this culture, and this is a 2%. So this is 2% yogurt, and I'll turn it into a Greek yogurt, and I will let it seep in a sieve thing and with some cheesecloth, and let it turn into Greek yogurt. So it's on about 28 hours. And so I'm going to let it go 36 hours. And then I'm going to turn it into a Greek yogurt and you know, strain it or whatever. And then save that liquid. And then you can use that liquid for other things, you know. Like I saved the last batch of liquid. I still have it. But I'm going to ferment some bread, and I'm going to do some other things with it because it has a lot of vitamins and a lot of good good bacteria, good for your gut in it, right? So I'm doing other things with it. And so, yeah, so I've been on making yogurt kick, and that's been a lot of fun. It's so easy. I made it in the crock pot. I boiled it off in the crock pot. Then I turned it down and let it sit. I wrapped it in some towels and just unplugged it and just let it sit. Let it come down to not quite room temperature, but like 115 degrees or a little bit less, something like that. And then I put the live culture in there from the other yogurt that I made. And then I let it sit for a little bit longer and cool down a little bit more. And then it started to gel up a little bit. And then I poured it into 2 bowls and then put film over the top of it. And then I put it with it just has the light on in my oven, and it's just enough warmth to keep those microorganisms or whatever going, the bacteria going to where it really will thicken up a little bit better. And then when I pull it out after 36 hours, I'll drain it off and put it in some containers and put it in the refrigerator. But easy, easy, easy. It's just moving it from here to there and letting it sit, right? And that's really all there is to it. It's nothing that you really have to sit and manage or sit and stir or sit and do. It's really simple, and you have cultured yogurt that is healthy. It is so good for your gut bacteria, and I'm trying to get more into the gut bacteria thing. And really trying to change that. And being a sweet tooth eater like I am, it's really hard and difficult because when you eat sugar and that, it really messes up your gut bacteria. So I'm trying so hard with the love of God and praying to Him that I can let go of some of the sweet stuff that I like, even though it's imitation sweet that I eat. It still probably kills some of the gut bacteria. So I'm trying really hard to stay more veggie-based, more high protein-based, and really slack off on any kind of sugar so I can really get good gut bacteria. I feel so much better and peppy today. I think because I ate so much of this yogurt the last week, and it really it was a little bit too high of fat for me, but hey, you know, it was good for me also. So I feel like my gut bacteria is getting much better. I can feel it. So it really makes you feel good. And one thing about eating yogurt is I have 2 or 3 tablespoons, and then I mix water with it because it's so thick. I mix water with it, And then I'll put, my stevia in there, or I'll put a little bit of sugar-free Jello pudding mix in there and stir it, and then put all my fruit on top, and then my nuts on top, and then my hemp seed on top, and I'll have it like that. But you add a lot of water to it, and it really makes you feel like you're really eating a lot of food, but you're really not. And it fills you up for a long period of time. Like sometimes I have to remind myself that I need to stay on schedule for eating, because otherwise I'm going to go off and eat something that I shouldn't, and get too hungry to eat something that I shouldn't eat, But, I've been eating, my meals are getting back on track, but they were so far off. But I did really good yesterday, and I'm going to do good today, where my meals are on track again, on the times that I should be eating, instead of just, I'm eating my breakfast like at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, that doesn't work so well. And so I'm getting back on track. But anyway, I wonder how you guys are doing. I wonder if you guys are mad at yourself for all that you ate over the holiday. Let me know in the comments below if you are doing good, if you are upset with yourself, if you're feeling low, you're feeling bad. Let me know in the comments how your new year is going, if you are on track, if you need help getting on track, if you feel bad about even trying to get on track, if you've totally given up. There's some that I talk to and they're like, I give up, and I'm like, oh, don't give up. We all have bad days, It's just what you do after the fact, if you keep on eating like that bad, or if you are able to change it, is what makes the difference, right? So I know there's this one gentleman that I talked to, and he's really having a hard time. He's having a really rough time, and he gets teased a lot and different things like that because he's still in school. And I feel really bad for him, and I pray for him all the time. And he's back on track now, but he was really so upset with himself over the holidays. He had a really rough time over the holidays, and we all, are, in that mood of holiday season and festivities and all this different stuff, seeing our families and different things like that, and we all eat the wrong things. So don't beat yourself up so bad that what you did over the holidays, that was last year. This is a new year. This is where you can make a change and make a difference, So don't beat yourself up of the past and what happened then. Worry about today and moving forward from today. And you can do so much better if you don't beat yourself up about what you did before. We all have eaten bags of chips and, shouldn't have ate the whole bag. And we all have, ate some of the unhealthy cookies. I know I did for the holiday, and things that we love. And it was our treat to ourselves, but now it's our treat to really focus on the goodness, and what good we can bring to ourselves, and how much better we can, get back to the right foods and all of that. So let me know in the comments really how it is going for you. I know some people are having a hard time. Others are doing quite well. And it just is all a mindset game. And if you can get back in the game and you can start really pampering yourself and treating yourself with respect and treating yourself really good, it can all really do wonders for you. It can do wonderful things for you. And I know if you guys watch this all the way to the end, you will leave a comment and like and subscribe to my video. I'd love to have you here. I need more followers and things like that. But yeah, it really is. I have to say that I really enjoy counting my calories. I really enjoy making different foods that I know that is better for me and for my family. And cutting out the bad stuff. I had a guy show up here yesterday that wanted to sell meats. And I'm like, well, what do you have? I'm like, well, I don't eat any of that stuff, I was like, if you can come back with some healthier options, then I'd be more than happy to buy from you. But if you can't, then, I'm not interested in buying beef and all of that, So it just, probably 2 years ago, I would have never have said that. I probably would have never said that. So see just how each year that you try to do better for yourself changes you. You know, it really does. I would have never said that. I would have said, oh, well, I'll, buy some beef or whatever, but we don't buy it. We don't stock up on it. We don't really have it in our freezer, and we buy a little bit of pork, not too much, a little bit of pork. We buy chicken, and we buy lots of different kinds of fish and seafoods and crab legs and shrimp and stuff like that. That's what we make our meals based on. And so I said, well, you can come back with some of that, then maybe I'll purchase from you. So I can come back again. I said, yeah, if you got the right stuff, don't come back again trying to sell me beef, you know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes. But I would have never that would have never came out of my mouth 2 years ago before I went plant-based and I went more the healthier side, So it just, we all evolve. We all, pick up new things and learn new things, and we can move forward doing really good things for ourselves. So I'm sure if you start now, then by a year from now, you'll be probably purchasing and buying healthier foods, and you're going to see some of the weight start falling off, and you're going to see different changes in yourself, and you're going to see you treating yourself better and things like that. It just all has to start somewhere. So if you could start today by, saying really good things to yourself, buying good things for yourself, throwing away some of the bad things in your house that you really don't and shouldn't have, let them go, let it go. And so anyway, I rambled on long enough. So I'm going to go for now. And if any of you out there need help, you can always message me right away. And or I'll put a link in the description part here where you can go and book a call with me. I'd love to have you on board with me and to start learning some of the things, and so you can start taking charge of your weight, and you can start dropping some weight and start feeling good again and getting that momentum and that motivation and all of the things that help you to lose the weight and to become a better you. Okay? I'll talk to you all real soon. Bye-bye now.